Hi everyone, I have some lessons that I learned in life. I've created a list. I have 11 lessons that I learned in life, and I want to share them with you today. So, first one, there's no such thing as lack of time, only lack of interest. Ouch! And this applies to everything in life, including relationships. And this is reflected in oneself. When you really want to do something, you do whatever it takes to conquer it. You do whatever it takes to get there. And once you get there, you don't even know how. And you just look back and are like amazed by making it all the way there. You don't even know how you did it. Meaning you took your time. Or you took extra time. You made time to be there. So whenever a person tells you that they don't have time, it's not that. They just don't have any interest in you. Second lesson that I learned. Learn to be grateful. As I heard someone say before, complaining is poverty. Or poverty, please correct me how to say it. And gratitude is wealth. Lesson 3. Say no to fear and yes to love. It is essential to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation in order to progress in life. Instead of focusing on the feeling of fear, make sure that you set all your attention and your intention into what's already waiting for you ahead. So go with the feeling of love of what you have, and what you want in life. Lesson number 4. Don't make decisions based on temporary emotions. This is a very important one. That is why it's very important to know how to identify your emotions and to know what really goes in our mind. To really learn how to observe our thoughts or words and our feelings. And learn to recognize when we are taking an action based on how we're feeling at that specific moment that does not go to how we actually think it is. And sometimes we end up doing things based on what others want from us, based on expectations that our family or society has for us. That's why it's also very important to learn how to love yourself and learn who you are and what you can provide, so you can go ahead and continue with your own destiny. Lesson number 5. One second. Number 5. Don't blame yourself for being a good person. If people have abused or take advantage of you, that does not describe who you are. It describes them. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't set boundaries. Because being a good person doesn't mean that you will allow the same people to continue to hurt you over and over again, knowing that you're going to forgive them at the end of the day. No. Set your boundaries from love. Learn how to set boundaries from love, not from your ego. Sorry, I have my list. I just want to make sure that I'm covering everything here. Okay, so lesson number 6. Walk alone in harmony. At this point, I am sure that the best companion in life is yourself. Learn how to be by yourself. Learn how to disconnect from absolutely everything in the world. And by everything, I mean everything. That way, you know what is it that you actually love. One second, she wants to come back in. Okay, so learning how to be alone. I can assure you that once you learn how to be alone, you will become the happiest person in the world. Because you get to know who you are. You start learning about yourself. And for that, you have to dig a little deeper and learn everything about yourself. But at the end, it's the best trophy you can take with you for the rest of your days. Okay, so number 7. This is one of my favorites. Think like an adult. Live life like a teenager, or enjoy life like a teenager. Give advices as an all-wise man. Not wild, wise. Dream and play like a child. I think this is beautiful. That is the best way to enjoy life. When you learn how to take decisions from the adult that you are. When you learn how to enjoy life or live your life as a teenager, meaning that go and dance, go have fun, go what you love to do. When you're going to give advices as a wise older person or as an elderly person. And whenever it's time to dream and to play, do it like a kid. There's no other way to do it. Number 8, don't be afraid to ask advices for those people who are already in the position that you want to be. That's the best thing you can do, because sometimes we are afraid or we're shy to ask them because what are they going to say about us? But it's not about what they're going to say, it's about where we want to be. So if those people are inspiring you, go ahead and ask them. If they respond, they respond. If they don't, they don't. Sometimes we make the mistake, and I'm sorry, I'm calling it a mistake, to ask our friends or families for advices when those people are in the same level as we are. And I don't think that's gonna make us go any farther. So that takes me to the next one, that is lesson number 9. Ooh, this is a good one too. People understand life based on their level of perception. So don't waste your time trying to convince others about your level of perception. Remember that we all have our own time for everything. We are all in our perfect time. Don't try to convince others that what you're saying is true. If it feels true to you, good. Let your actions speak for yourself. Lesson number 10. Calm your mind when there's confusion around you in life. So whenever there's a situation that you cannot control, the best thing you can do is to relax, observe, and take action from there. Don't do it out of that confusion or out of that mess around. Do it from the calmness of your mind. That's wise. And that takes me to the last advice. So number 11. Oh, whatever you allowed in life, it repeats itself over and over again. That is why sometimes we continue to attract the same kind of people into our lives, and we're like, why? What am I doing? Well, you're allowing it. That's why it's continued to repeat itself. And the moment that you decide to set boundaries and say, no more, this is no longer me, I don't accept this in my life anymore, is the moment that it will stop happening. So the people who hurt you once, it's not their fault. But if the same person hurts you a second time or a third time, then it is their fault. And how do you identify this type of people? Because they continue to victimize themselves and blame others instead of taking responsibility. So again, set boundaries from love, not from your ego, but from the happy place of love. I hope that these advices help you, and if you have any, please go ahead and share them with me. I'll be happy to read them. I love you. Bye.